Welcome to Grow Bio channel. In today's video, we're gonna see about DNA as a genetic material. There are three important experiments to prove DNA as a genetic material. First is Frederick Griffith experiment. Next is Oswald Avery McLeod experiment, and next is Hershey and Chase experiment. So first, we're gonna see about Frederick Griffith experiment. In 1928, Frederick Griffith done experiment with E. coli. The experiment is named as transformation experiment. He also done this experiment with various kinds of organisms. History. In post World War I, there is a pandemic of pneumonia. So, which is caused by Streptococcus pneumoniae. It is also called as Pneumococcus pneumoniae or Diplococcus pneumoniae. So, for creating vaccine, they cultured the pneumoniae in the plate. They found two types of strain, S3 strain and R2 strain. How come they know about the strain? Before 1928, German bacteriologist named Fred Neufeld, he found the Quill-Lung experiment. So in which the bacteria is coated with antibodies. Where does the antibodies come from? When the Streptococcus pneumoniae is infected to the mouse, then it produces antibodies. So the serum of such infected mouse is taken. That antibodies is again reacted to the Streptococcus pneumoniae. They showed swelling. So in German, Quill-Lung means to swell. The antibody coated bacterium showed swelling and it is easily viewed under the microscope. So from that he found there are various types of strains in same species. He found in pneumonia there is three types, type 1, type 2 and type 3. And after Fred Neufeld, many scientists discovered many strains in the same species. Nearly 30 plus strains were found. Now we can see about S3 and R2 strain. S3 strain is the strain which has the polysaccharide coat, which is produced by the bacterium itself. So when plated in the culture media, it forms a smooth colonies, as you can see in that Petri plate. The smooth colony strain, that is S3, it is pathogenic, that is it can kill the host. It is also called virulent strain. Next is R2 strain. The word R is rough strain. S is smooth strain. The R2 strain is the strain which doesn't have the polysaccharide coat. So, when these colonies were infected to the mouse is alive. So, they are non-pathogenic or non-virulent strain. When they are cultured in the Petri plate, they are found to be rough. So, they are called as rough strain. First, the live bacteria of S3 strain is infected to the mouse. The live S3 is pathogenic, so the mouse is dead. So next is live R2 is injected to the mouse. The mouse is alive because it is a non-virulent strain. And next is heat killed S3. The S3 strain is heat killed. So the membrane is disrupted. When that solution is injected to the mouse, it is alive because there is no virulency. When heat killed S3 strain and live R2 is injected, the mouse is dead. So, when heat treated H3 alone is infected, the mouse is alive, and when live R2 is injected, the mouse is alive. So, why when heat killed S3 and R2 injected, why the mouse is dead? So, here is the explanation. When the heat killed S3 and R2 is injected into the mouse dead because the S3 DNA survived the heat kill process. Okay, when the heat kill process is done, the DNA is not denatured and the bacteria, the live R2 bacteria, able to get the genetic information from the heat killed S3. Okay, so transferring the genetic material DNA information from heat killed S3 to the live R2 is known as transformation process. The transformation occurs based on the competence of the bacteria, where in every bacteria it can transform based on the competency. Okay, the extra chromosomal DNA, that is plasmid, which can be a dimeric or multimeric. It has certain gene, okay, which can be antibiotic resistant or some other genes present in that, okay, that plasmid DNA, which is dimeric or multimeric, which is transformed to live R2 and contributes gene for virulent polysaccharide synthesis. So when R2 synthesizes virulent polysaccharide, it then becomes S3 bacteria, the live S3 bacteria. So the dead S3 gives the gene for polysaccharide to the live R2, which in turn turns the live non-virulent R2 to the live S3 virulent strain. Okay. Frederick Griffith doesn't know the genetic material is DNA. He found that some compound is responsible for transformation of non-virulent R2 to virulent S3. So, the DNA as genetic material is proved by other two experiments, MacLeod-McCarthy experiment and Avery and Martha Chase experiment. Okay, we can see about these two experiments in our next video. Thank you. Let me know if you have any doubts in the comment section by commenting in the comment section below. Subscribe and please press the bell button below. Thank you.